Tonight, there are new allegations that a key Justice Department official continued to communicate and trade information with Dossier author Christopher Steele long after the FBI had cut Steele loose for leaking to the media. Also breaking, the possibility that House Judiciary Chairman Bob Goodlatte's preparing to subpoena Bruce Ohr, Christopher Steele, and a number of other current and former FBI and DOJ officials. Congressman Trey Gowdy, chairman of the House Oversight Committee, which has been investigating these issues jointly with the Oversight Committee, joins us tonight from South Carolina. Chairman, welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. I want to talk about some of the new texts that have come to light. These are being reported in The Hill between DOJ official Bruce Ohr and Christopher Steele, author of the Dossier. This is what The Hill says. Steele asked Ohr in the January 31 exchange if he could continue to help feed information to the FBI. Quote, just want to check you are okay, still in the situ, and able to help locally as discussed along with your Bureau colleagues. This is 2016. I'm still here and able to help as discussed, or texted back. I'll let you know if that changes. Steele replied, if you end up out, though, I really need another Bureau contact point number who is briefed. We can't allow our guy to be forced to go back home. It would be disastrous. Mr. Chairman, are these texts new to you? Maybe you've seen them. Maybe you know the context. Can you elucidate at all?
They are not new to me because I'm also on the House Intelligence Committee. I may have been the first member of Congress who actually read these messages, and that would have been in the fall of 2017. They were troubling then. They're troubling now, which is why Chairman Goodlatte and I so much want to talk to Bruce Ohr. I think HIPSI, House Intel, wanted to talk to Bruce Ohr, but that investigation got wound down and then transferred over to Chairman Goodlatte and myself. I mean, think about Chris Steele, who has been dismissed from the FBI because he cannot follow their rules and regulations, and he's communicating with someone in the Department of Justice who, by the way, Shannon, is not involved in this investigation. He's an OCDETF, a narcotics prosecutor. So of course we want to talk to Bruce Ohr, and we also want to talk to Nellie Ohr, who, oh, by the way, was working for Fusion GPS, which is the firm that hired Christopher Steele to dig up dirt on Donald Trump.
Yeah, do you, and my understanding is the list of names I'm seeing tonight are Bruce Ohr, Nellie Ohr, Fusion GPS founder Glenn Simpson, other FBI and DOJ officials, current and former. Will they be subpoenaed, do you know, and when would you hope to hear from them?
Well, there are two categories. Those that work for government now, we should not have to subpoena them. We should do what Bob and I did weeks ago, which is send the list over to the Department of Justice. These are your employees that we want to talk to. So far, that has fallen on deaf ears. Chairman Goodlatte's a very patient man, but we have run out of patience. I talked to him yesterday at length. They either need to set this for a date certain or there will be a subpoena issued. The Speaker will back it up. Goodlatte will back it up. The House will back it up. There is no reason not to make him available for a deposition or a transcribed interview.
Well, I think a lot of folks would like to know, and I'm sure you're chief among them, about what it means. Are you still able to help us when Steele is talking to Ohr? I want to also, though, get to other questions involving the Mueller investigation, because now there's this back and forth about agreeing to some conditions for the president to sit down. He seems jonesing for the chance to do it. Everyone in the legal world is telling him not to. Harry Litman, a very well-known constitutional lawyer, says this in the Washington Post: enough is enough. It is time to subpoena the president. Mueller's been extraordinarily deferential and patient, while Trump and his representatives engaged in their scarcely credible gamesmanship. It's become increasingly apparent that neither Trump nor anyone in his orbit has any interest in answering Mueller's questions. In a word, they are playing Mueller and in the process playing the country. First, do you think that they will subpoena the president? And second, if it gets to the Supreme Court, how does this go?
If they subpoena the president, there'll be a motion to quash, and our grandkids may be having this conversation. It would take a while to litigate it. The reason I'm smiling, Shannon, is I was on a committee that sent some questions in writing to President Obama. They were really important questions to the family members of 4 people who were killed. I'm not even sure he even opened the envelope. So where this newfound outrage is that presidents won't answer legitimate inquiries from either that branch or another branch, I am on record as saying this. President Trump can get much better legal counsel than what I can provide him. And it's been a while since I had my Miranda warnings read to me, but I'm fairly familiar with them, and I think you can stop answering questions whenever you want to. So what I would tell the president, sit down and answer the questions about what, if anything, you know about what Russia did in 2016. and then answer the questions about who, if anyone, did it with them. That's the core jurisdiction of Bob Mueller. Answer those and then don't answer anymore. You don't have to answer a question simply because it's asked. But I think the optics of not answering the collusion, conspiracy, coordination questions aren't great. So if he's open to free legal advice, which is usually worth what you pay for, but I'll try it anyway, answer the questions related to the two core pillars of Mueller's jurisdiction. What did Russia do? Do you know anything about it? My guess is no. With whom, if anyone, did they do it? I think the president has said repeatedly he knew nothing about it. In fact, he told Comey, if anyone on my team did it, I want you to find out, which tells me he doesn't know anything about anyone on his team doing it. Answer the questions and then don't answer the rest of it.
I won't ask you to answer when you were last Mirandized. We won't get into that, although I'd love to know.
College, I think.
We'll talk about that another
I'm kidding,
time.
Mom.
In the meantime,
Mom.
Chairman, thank you very much. We'll dig into that separately. Great to have you with us tonight.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.